Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to everyone. My name is Mirza bin Muhammad Saudi, and I'm 20 years old and currently studying in Melaka City Mara Professional College and taking diploma in entrepreneurship. So without further ado, I'm sure everyone wants a mature surrounding, wants a happy lifestyle. Certainly it's hard to accept, but it's so obvious what kind of society we have right now. We can just look up at social media and other mainstream news. Most of us hate toxic people, doesn't it? And worse come to worse, this kind of society is hateful. We can just read the latest news about what society thinks on rape alone. They make jokes on it. Rape jokes, what kind of that? Right? We all don't want to worry about public safety, and it all starts from the mind. Today, I believe my stand is extremism is a parasite. Because for me, open-minded society is the key to a modern world. In terms of open-mindedness, there are three things we need to focus on, which are the first and foremost is a mainstream news can be corrupted. The second one is having an inquiry is a must. And the last one, no one should put a barrier on people's curiosity. You might think what you see on the news is all true, but give me a chance to convince you that it is not. Because there is secret power that finalizes what to show and what they want you to believe. So now let's go to my first main point, which is the corruption of mainstream news. There are two things we need to observe. The first one is secret power pull the string behind the scene. And the second thing is profit matters. By saying secret power, it means huge power that decide what to spread and what to keep secret and what to change. According to Penang Southbound 2004 in Malaysia, the government's control of the mass media has a long history, and the May 1969 riot had a significant impact. In 1969, ethnic tension arose as a result of the electoral campaign and the general election result, prompting the king to declare a state of emergency. Moreover, Penang Southbound 2004 also stated that following the protest, the government permitted itself to censor elements that could endanger national security. The Minister of Home Affairs was given the authority to prohibit of the censor import print media. Freedom of speech and the press were curtailed, and the Official Secret Act was enacted to prevent citizens from asserting their right to information. As a result, this event resulted in serious state intervention in individual right and press freedom. We can see here that the news is being controlled. The second part is profit matters. Each business person like me and others entrepreneur student who creates a company always only has one objective, which is to gain profit as maximum as they want. For them, what they wrote is not the priority. But if they can make a controversial title or storyline and make people want to know and being their customer is their priority. That is why I ask all of you, to not 100% believe what's showing on the media. Rather than that, use your critical thinking and analyze every news you get. Some people might think that the more we think, we will be crazy or unsound mind. But let me tell you guys one thing, only one thing. A lot of technology that we will be using today comes from a person who tries to find a solution to any problem that exists. Next, if we want to keep improving in our technology and become the pioneer, having an inquiry is a must. And to do that, we need to know two important things about inquiry. The first one is inquiry help us to improvise the good to become great. I always like to use what Allah Yarham Yang Mulia Royal Professor Dr. Engku Abdul Aziz Abdul Hamid said in research from Megat 2020. Allah Yarham Yang Mulia Royal Professor Dr. Engku Aziz he once said, what our research lack is the thought of inquiry. Only by having an inquiry, we can see the problem and solve it. In another way, we will invent a lot of things only if we have the inquiry. Furthermore, the second point is inquiry will make people develop critical thinking. And by critical thinking, Allahyarham Yang Mulia Royal Professor Dr. Engku Abdul Aziz Engku Abdul Hamid said, the Malays were able to make the great models of the previous century a reality, giving birth to teenagers who would be future leaders, giving people hope. He chastised Malaysia for not having a culture of curiosity, claiming that many questions have become taboo in their mind. When he compared the Renaissance in Europe, scientific thinking seemed to have been lost in the country. According to a report, he said people in the 18th century, especially in England, were often asking, if there are ghosts, where are the ghosts? We want to go to a ghostly location and see ghosts to see what kind of appearance they have. What he was trying to say was that the Malays' interest had grown significantly and that little skepticism was not a concern. Science will not be born without the Malay being intrigued. To explain it more, let's watch what Allahyarham Yang Mulia Royal Professor Engku Aziz advised.
Time, jadi saya kena belajar sendiri typing. I can now do touch typing. Dan saya, tadi saya ceritakan, saya menyimpan di dalam data bank saya 16,000 pantun untuk buku yang terbit sekali ujung tahun ini. Sekarang dah hampir siap pantun. Jadi saya punya minat kepada saya tentang politik, tentang kemiskinan. Saya rasa itu saya serah pada orang politik lagi. Pasal umur saya sudah 92, saya boleh pilih topik yang lain. So I get out of that topic. That's why I'm not really much involved politically. Saya baca surat khabar hari 5 surat khabar. Tapi I don't necessarily depend on the newspapers for my thinking. I read books, which is much better. Anyway, what you have to do is kita mesti berfikir dan berfikir. Bila kita buat satu benda, kita fikir apa kita telah fikir. Kita ingat semula bagaimana yang kita fikir itu dia punya keputusannya betul atau tidak. Are we just chasing kata orang Inggeris chimera, angan-angan saja? Jangan. We have to think carefully and logically.
So that is what he advised and told us how to be a great thinker like him. We have been raising in society that we cannot ask everything. For an example, if we question on religion, some will say it is a sin. However, if we have an open mind, we can have more logical reason like science. And for my final point, it called no one should put a barrier to people's curiosity. The first reason why people should not do that because once their curiosity being closed, it is hard to develop it again. Moreover, if the one who curious is a child, according to Michelle 2020, curiosity encourages children to be more aware of their surroundings, to think about more, and to think about and solve problems. Children's vocabulary expand when they use language to explain what they are thinking, doing, hearing, or feeling as they explore their curiosity. You will aid your child's development by encouraging her interest. Furthermore, the second reason is curiosity creates a different level of determination. Most people will get more motivation by feeling curious. They will give more determination, spirit, and passion when they curious. Have you ever heard of a character known as Sheldon from the television series The Big Bang Theory? I think you guys have heard that or at least once see it. He said, I don't need sleep, but I need answer. Like a meme, you know. So this is the meme. We will think we are related to him, don't we? Because whenever we're curious, we could not sleep. Rather than sleep, we will think and give our energy into it. It tells a lot about how people with curiosity will boost their energy. After that, conclude them both. If no one put a barrier at others people's curiosity, we develop good critical thinking plus the unbelievable amount of energy, and by doing both we can solve a lot of problems. We can invent a lot of new things. We can improvise everything. And last but not least, we create a great new generation and make them ready for the future. To conclude everything that I have persuaded you guys with the title of The Secret to Modernization is an Open-Minded Culture, and the main point of the mainstream media has been tainted. A query is needed, with no one should be able to put a stop to people's curiosity. In addition, as I said at the beginning of my speech, my stand is extremist is a parasite. We can see if the person extreme in anything such as religion, races, gender, and anything else. They will only think from a conservative mind. My final advice is to throw away those old memories, to throw away those old mindset. Stand with a new one. The one that will devour fundamentalists and will live for an open-minded society full of inquiry, so that we will keep growing rather than degenerate. Only by doing this, we can be a modern country. I have expressed everything from my mind and heart. I hope our society can be open-minded, and of course we will develop the inquiry. So, thank you everyone for listening. Cannot wait to witness the impact of my speech. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Goodbye.